Hi everyone, my name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is Thursday, October the 3rd, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Taking a look at the ES first, we have lower highs and lower lows. We're sitting underneath the hull. Underneath the hull means a near-term ceiling has been created, until it isn't, and we are battling with the VWAP as well as the low of the 30th of September. We have employment numbers on the way. We have a fairly busy day-to-day jobless claims and employment situation tomorrow. Okay, we've got factory orders, ISM index. All of that is going to get, if the longshoreman business gets out of control with these union bosses, I don't know. Anyways, never mind. We'll see what happens, but we could have ourselves a little pickle. We'll just see how it sorts out. All right, so here we go. We're sitting inside of yesterday's range. The daily value area is well below us. The point of control well below us. It tells us, hey, trend is up. So we know the dips are buys, but listen. If we lose this battle here, the wicks tell us that we drop all the way down to 57.23. And then there's a low volume node that hasn't even been filled in. And so my suspicion is that if we lose this area at 56.55, we have a likelihood of stepping into 56.87. Now, we see all the buyers here in these wicks. We have to be very careful about what's going on. I do think bounces are sell zones. They could be much higher above us, especially if we breach 57.73. We could easily get to 5,800, right? That's just 20-some points, right? So there we have it. Let's go to the 1 hour. It's starting to look very messy, of course, towards the end of the week. We can see that our value area high-low is very tight. Let me change this. I'll leave it on manual. All right, our value area high-lows, let's see where they sit. Just below us and just above us makes it a little bit whiter. And then let's do the one for up here. Value area high, value area low. Okay, so daily, we've got a 50 that's down. We've got a VWAP that's down to flat. We had this 3 a.m. sell-off. I have no idea what it was. Probably news about whatever. And then Europe opens up. But this is where the opening range candlestick is. And if we bounce up into this zone, we could easily get to the top of this range at 57.73. And that's what we're talking about on the big picture event. The bounces are clearly sell zones. The ideal sweet spots for a trade today are going to be short action near 57.70 and long action near 57.30. This is my thought. In between, you can trade it. Bounces are sell zones. But right now, we've got hourly candlesticks that are making higher lows and higher highs. We're sitting above the VWAP. We're now above the hull on a 1 hour formation. And so that tells us that a near-term floor has been put in. And so what about waiting for the floor to take the long or letting it bounce up into the opening hour or the value area high and consider the short? Let's take a look at the NQ. Lower highs, lower lows, sitting under the hull, near-term floor, near-term ceiling in price, but holding a floor, right? A lot of buyers coming in at 18,828. Guess what? If they stop coming in there, they're headed to the point of control on the daily chart, which is 19,584. Okay, we've got a flat 50, a downward VWAP, and an upward hull that is now cresting. Very sideways. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. Not as much congestion as the ES, but a fair bit, sitting right inside of the range of yesterday. Okay, so what's the trade? You can see a near-term floor being put in here, down near 19,828, and a near-term ceiling at 20,069. Those are going to be the ideal sweet spots for reversal zones. That's what we want to stare down. Could you say, hey, listen, I'm going to short old resistance? I just made that. Of course you can. Short it, but notice you've got a series of higher lows sitting on your hourly chart. So there are people looking to buy here. Best bet, let them do their thing. The thing I like to do is let it wait, see if it comes back into the hull. If it sits above the hull and you can handle the heat of the downside pressure, that's where you take the trade. Okay? Let's hope that it happens during fast markets, because that's when I'll be on. All right, let's take a look at the YM. Same thing, lower highs, but holding a floor. Buyers come in here at 42,269. Look at how many days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. If they don't do it today, they are going to get back into the value area high on the daily and heavy congestion. My thought is that that is somewhere around 41,719. Okay? All right, that being said, that's what we're looking at. Let's collapse into the 1 hour. Opening range candlestick well above us. Everything responded to this 3 a.m. collapse. Look at the floor. It came into the value area low, prior lows of the day. Europe opens up. They start getting traction again. Series of higher lows and higher highs. Where are they moving? VWAP? Yes. Point of control? Yes. Potentially all the way back up here to the value area high, right? So what do we want to do? Listen, if you take the short off of this collapsing lower high event, you can, but you've got the VWAP underneath you for support. And if you're sitting above the hull, it tells you a near-term floor has been made in price. This zone right here is been very visited in times past. So I would say, wait to the floor to get that edge before we go long. Ideal areas to go long are going to be 42,294. Ideal areas to go short are going to be somewhere around 42,570, 42,580. But you want to watch and collapse into the 5-minute to see if that holds. Otherwise, we do a Fibonacci expansion off of the value areas. So that's why we draw Fibonacci's that expand to the north and expand to the south based on that value area. Okay, let's take a look at SPY. Yesterday's 8 a.m. candlestick, we're sitting sideways in it. Of course, we are building 8 a.m.'s candlestick as we speak. Look at how much wider the range is. This is yesterday's 8 a.m. and this is today's 8 a.m. and we haven't even had our numbers come out yet. So what are we looking at? Same sort of thing. Expansion into value area high, bringing sellers, 571, 572. Expansion area low to bring in buyers, 566. But they love to break these edges pre-market when big numbers come out. And so let it collapse and start to hold, and then you can chase it once you've got the floor set in for the SPY. Here are the cues. Near-term ceiling, holding the floors, right? Just like the NQ. So the question is, are buyers ready to come in here? Well, momentum tells me no. The hull tells me if they come in, they're going to, hit the skids right here at about 488. And so that is what I am thinking. Look at this formation. Here's the 4 a.m. candlestick. Lower than yesterday's 4 a.m. candlestick, but recovering and now above yesterday's 4 a.m. candlestick. Let's see how value areas have shifted. Holy cow, look at that. Value area shifted way down. So let's move it. Is the range about the same? Nope. It's also gotten tighter. Let's do this one. And now we've got, hold on folks, let me pause that for just, hold on folks. Thank you. All right, so we're looking at those same value areas that have now really compressed, holding that lower edge. What are the ideal spots? We're creating a floor here. So easily we could break into value area high, into the old support, up near 485. Or as we get into the ceiling after the numbers, we collapse down and we continue to the south. All right, good luck trading today. It's going to be another two-way tape.